They were everywhere, vicious little green Gitz, firing their bows and setting their traps around every other twist and turn of the frosty caverns of the Death Gorge. This new foe was nothing more than an inconvenience, cowardly and honestly not worthy of the time of his warriors, thought Sarkar. But despite their own willingness to meet the pack in open, honourable combat, the Grots were causing them delay. One of the things had nearly taken his left eye with a lucky shot from its bow, and that had awakened the beast within Sarkar. Now was the time to hunt, in Warhammer Underworlds, Death Gorge. In today's game, we'll be playing a Rivals format game of Warhammer Underworlds. This is a really fun format of Warhammer Underworlds and great for beginners getting into the game. What this format does is it allows you to play with set pre-built decks. This can either be the Rivals format deck that you'll get with a warband, such as Daggor Stablads have their own Rivals deck that they come with, but you can also use other Rivals decks as well, as there's a variety of different Rivals decks that can be used by all warbands in the game, and even the older warbands from seasons in which do not include a Rivals format setting. In today's game, I'm going to be playing with Zarbag's Gitz, and I'm going to be using the brand new updated Rivals deck for Zarbag as well. Stephen, meanwhile, will be playing with the Gnarlspirit pack, and as I'm using the normal Rivals deck, he is going to use the Gnarlspirit pack's Rivals deck for the game as well. And so, we are all deployed on the table. For Zarbag's Gitz, I've got Drizgit the Squeak Herder on this flank, and then here we've got the three shooters, Stickit, Dibs, and Redcap. I've then also got Prog Denetta, and then at the back I have Snurk, Sourtongue, my Fanatic, and Zarbag as well. Meanwhile, for the Gnarlspirit pack, you've got Sarkar Blackwing at the back there, Crimson Kira on the right, and Lupin Longcut on the left there, and then you've got Grul Spinehammer front and centre. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. So, priority for turn one, this is for Zarbag's Gitz. I have just a single support. Stephen, for the Gnarlspirit, will have nothing. So, Zarbag's Gitz are going to get the first activation. Right, so we are going to go first action for the round. I'm going to go with Redcap up the front here. Now, the Grots have a really cool ability called Give 'em a Volley, lads. This allows each other friendly one of my shooters within 3 hexes, so both Dibs and Sticker are, to also make a shooting attack after Redcap is done. So we'll start with Redcap. I get 2 dice for my attack. I need cross swords. I got a crit with Redcap. So Grul Spinehammer will get to defend. He's got just the 1. He needs a crit on this to stop the damage going through. No, so that will be 1 point of damage. I'm then going to use the ability of Give 'em a Volley, lads. So we will go next with, I believe that is Dibs. No, Dibs misses. And then I'll go with Stickit, who will miss as well. See, great shooting. 3 dudes attacked, I did 1 damage. Well, that was a whole lot of rolling for nothing, because totally just realised they don't even have a line of sight to Grul Spinehammer, so they couldn't have done anything anyway. So lucky, those 2 did nothing, no harm done. Let's continue on with the game. Your next action is going to be with Crimson Kira. Alright, so Crimson Kira's made a charge. She's now going to go Berserker Shoal. Which one of the Grots are you actually attacking? You're attacking, that is Stickit. So, you need cross swords. Yep. You get a single 1, not supported in any way, so I am supported because I have a fighter in contact with you. So, do I defend? I get a crit and I defend it, somehow. Alright, so after that unsuccessful attack, you're going to play Self-Command. This is going to go on Crimson Kira. You can remove her Spirit counter, and then she also gains a Guard counter, which means dodges and shields will be successful defenses for her. Yep. And because that has been removed, that Spirit counter, Crimson Kira will also Inspire. I'm then going to play a gambit called Make Some Noise. I can choose up to 2 friendly squigs and push each of them 2 hexes forward, ending their move like so. So my second activation for turn 1. I then make a charge with Gitz, the Squig Herder. He's now supported with his little squiggly buddy there. So we're going to go with 2 dice, support, succeed, hammers, successes. He's one of the only grots that gets hammers as a success. So that is 2 successes on my part. Steven with his defense needs a crit, gets the crit, and that'll be a stop. Right, Lupin Longcut is making an attack action. You've added a spirit counter. This gives you some extra bonuses in your offense and defense now. Double supports will count as successes. You're going to attack the squig there, which is a bone cracker. So go for it. You need cross swords.
Cross swords.
You got the crit and a success, so there's not much I can do to stop that with bone cracker.
2 successes.
Yeah, and I do dodge, but you got the crit. So 2 damage. That will just take bone cracker out. My third action will be a charge with Dibs the Grot. Now, I'm actually going to get to use a volley properly this time. So we have 2 dice. I need hammers. No, cross swords, sorry. Nothing. But then I'll get to make a second attack action with Redcap, because he can actually see someone now. So into Gorl. We'll get 1 success. Gorl on his defense roll will not succeed, so take another damage on Gorl's Spinehammer, please. So Lupin Longcut's going to make a second attack, this time into Gitz, the Squig Herder. Let's go, let's see what he can do. You got the crit and 2 successes, because you are a beast. So, yeah. No, I don't stop anything. That means you'll do 2 damage.
Yep.
I am then, for my last action of the round, just going to make a move with Zarbag. And because of the Scurry ability, when I move with a grot, if another grot is adjacent to them, they can also make a move. So my Fnatic is going to be able to make a move as well. Lupin Longcut will be going again into Gitz, the Squig Herder. This time you get a dog crit. There is absolutely nothing my 1 dice does. Nope. And now that will kill Gitz. Now something cool about that, when Gitz dies, the squigs that are still alive will inspire. So Goblook there will inspire. Alright, so end of the round, some objective scoring. First of all, for Zarbag's hits, first of all, I will score Gitz everywhere. I score this in the end phase if your warband holds each objective in your territory, which I do, but I'll also gain an additional point for controlling 1 or more objectives in no one's territory. I'll then also score Lurklair. I score this in the end phase if your warband holds 3 or more objectives. 1 of those objectives is in no one's and or enemy territory, which I do. So that is another 2 points. And then I'm also going to score You Ain't Safe. Score this in the end phase if 1 or more enemy fighters are adjacent to 2 or more friendly fighters, which Crimson Kira is. I'm then going to be playing some upgrades. So my first one is going to be Ravenous, and this is going to go on Goblet Inspired. This gives him +1 damage to his range 1 attack actions. I'm then going to go with Squinty Galarian. Other friendly fighters can still make a Scurry action even if they have a charge or move token on them. And this can go on Zarbag. And then I'm going to put Overconfidence. This is going to go on Snake Sourtongue. This gives me +1 dice to his attack actions, but -1 defense to a minimum of 1. Alright, so priority for round 2. This is for Zarbag's Gitz. I've got a crit and 2 double supports. Steven, meanwhile, for the Gnarlspirit pack, has no crit, so I'll be getting the round. So Redcap is going to go into Crimson Kira. So I get a crit. That'll be it. So just a defense on Crimson Kira.
Shouldn't Crimson still...
So go for it. You've got your defense.
Shields.
So then, because of the give him a volley lads rule, I can then make an attack action here with, this is Stick It. So he's going into Crimson Kira as well. He gets a crit. Well, we don't like her. She came in and tried to hurt us. So she takes another. And then I'm also going to get an attack here with Dibs. And he'll get a crit. Go, little Grots, go!
Into
Gorl's Spinehammer. Ruined it. Still, I'm pretty impressed with all 3 Grots getting a crit. And so after that, I'm going to score Stand Safe. This is a surge objective that I can score immediately after your warband's third or subsequent range 3+ attack action. Bows are range 3. Alright, I'm then going to go with a Gambit ploy as well called Sporeblade Sting. I'm going to put this on Crimson Kira. This allows me to make her -1 dice from her attack actions to a minimum 1, and -1 dice from her defense as well to a minimum of 1. This persists until the chosen fighter makes a failed attack action. Right, Stephen, then on his first turn in the round, he's going to reveal the Oath of Ruin. This is a special surge objective where he gets extra points if he reveals it. So you're going to go with a charge on your first action from Lupin Longcut into Redcap Inspired. Now Lupin is not currently inspired, but you do have your beast tokens on. So this means double supports count as successes, so go for it.
I'm using sound.
Yep.
No.
You got a crit and a success, which means there's nothing I can do about that. 1 red dice, he gets a shield, that's nothing anyway. 2 damage, that just takes me out. Which means you of course score Oath of Ruin because your warband takes an inspired fighter in enemy territory out of action, and you also gain the additional glory point for revealing this at the top of the round. Alright, so you're then going to spend some points on some of your glory, 3 of them to be fair. Now upgrades on Groll Spinehammer. First of all, Denbreaker. After this fighter's activation, if it's holding an objective, you can remove the objective token from the battlefield. Preternatural Senses. This means you can reroll one of your defense dice and you ignore the rule for cover hexes when making attacks. And Surfaced Instinct, where if this fighter is the target of an attack action, you can ignore cleave and ensnare rules. And then you are going to score the surge objective after that called Well Rewarded, where if you give a fighter the third or subsequent upgrade, you get a point. So I'm going to spend a point for an upgrade as well. This is going to be on Sneakiest Sneak. This can go on a Grot, and this will be going on Strict Snorktongue, which is my Fanatic. Alright, so I am then going to go, and I'm going to make a charge with Goblet Inspired, who's going to charge into Groll Spinehammer.
I should have 6.
So you're going to ignore my cleave with a Goblet now, but I am supported, which means that will be 2 successes into Groll. So looking for a big
shield or...
Yeah, well you need 2 shields, so you can't, so you're looking no. So that will be 3 points of damage. We'll take Groll out. Then I'm going to score Malicious Kill. Very fitting name. I score this immediately after an enemy fighter with 2 or more upgrades is taken out of action. So Crimson Kira is then just going to make an attack into poor little Stickit there. That'll be a success of some sort. So just 1 success there, unfortunately, and a shield won't block because I am dodges. So that will see me damage. So Stickit just takes a wound. So my third action for the round. Alright, so I did have Snurk Sourtongue there, but I used his Sneakiest Sneak action, which allows him to teleport to a unoccupied edge hex. However, I break the upgrade card when I do that, so that is my action done. So after that, you're going to do an upgrade on Sarikar. This is going to give him another little attack action. I'm then going to go with playing an upgrade as well called Sneaky Shuffler. This allows me to count double supports as successful defenses on a shooter. And that upgrade is going to go on Stickit, so it's over to your third action. Sarikar is then going to use Raptor Bolt on Snurk Sourtongue there. So let's see what you can get.
Swirls.
He needs Swirly Whirls. Unfortunately, he fails. And so you've got your Raging Companion, which will allow you to do some extra damage potentially. So let's see what that does. You have 3 dice. Nothing. Wow. So yeah, I think you saw this coming. Sarikar is going to get hit by Snurk Sourtongue. So I do need cross swords now. With Snurk Sourtongue as my last action, and that will be 1 and a crit. So essentially Sarikar does have 2, so you can stop this. No, that'll be 3 damage to Sarikar. So Sarikar is going to go again. You've taken a token off him, one of your beast counters. This means he inspires now, and I'm assuming he's going to go Raptor Bolt again. So Sarikar attempting for Raptor Bolt, you need your Swirly Whirlies. Got
swirly.
one. So I do get a defense roll against this, which is a dodge. No, I fail. That is 2 damage.
Yep.
Now you get your Raging Companion. You potentially can take out Snurk Sautung if you get this through. Cross swords needed. I'm double crit. There's nothing I can do about that. So stop it, but that is a damage, and that takes out Snurk. And so, end of the round, it'll be 10-7 in favor of Zarbag Gitz. Today's video is sponsored by Baron of Dice, high quality, specially made tabletop wargaming dice, suitable for a wide variety of wargames from Conquest: The Last Argument of Kings, Marvel Crisis Protocol, and Infinity as well, among many others. Baron of Dice have dice just about suitable for any occasion you have. And we are going priority for the last round, so Zarbag's Gitz, I've got a double crit. You will need to beat that amount of crits. None, so Zarbag's Gitz are going to go. And so Zarbag is going to make a charge to begin with. I've then got 3 dice now for his attack with his Cursed Sickle into Crimson Kira. That'll be a crit, just the crit. So you've got your defense with her. That will not succeed, so it'll be 2 damage. And then after that, getting a glory, I'm going to play Jealous Hex. This is a gambit spell. If cast, I choose an enemy fighter that has the highest wounds characteristic. That fighter then loses 1 wound. So I do need a swirly whirly, and I get the crit. There is no stopping it because it's not actually a target. Sarkar then loses a wound on his profile, which means he goes to 3. He has 3 wound counters on him, which means he dies. Now, I'm not sure here. Perhaps someone can answer, because technically Zarbag didn't kill Sarkar. I did a spell that resolved itself, and Sarkar, having wounds already on him, killed him. So I don't think I get a point, because I technically didn't take him out of action. Is that correct? If anyone else knows of different ruling, let us know your thoughts, but we'll just play it as if I don't score a point. Alright, Lupin Longcut is then going to go with an attack here into Stickit, who is currently wounded. Cross swords, it'll be 2 hits. Yep. So I essentially need the crit now. My double support upgrade, nope, don't get it. Take a wound, and that will take Stickit out. Turns out Steve was supposed to roll an extra dice there, not like it mattered. So we'll go on to my next action. I've then made a charge with Goblet. Goblet will get a single success with that. That is it. Lupin Cut. Can you defend it? Shields? No, he needs dodges, doesn't he? Well, shields don't work anyway because I have cleave. So that'll be 3 damage. Take him out, and that'll wrap up the game, I think. And that will wrap up the game, because I'll also score Chomp as well for a bonus point. And then we play through to the end phase of the round. I'll also score at the end of the game Squalid Glare, where I score this with the no enemy fighters in my territory, and I gain an additional glory point if I score this in the last round of the game.